Well, well, well. Hello, hello. I'm doing a big girl thing here. I'm like trying to do this all on my own. If you can hear me, that would be great, especially if you're over on the YouTube side of things. We're streaming live right now to 3 different locations. I've never streamed live to the Insta. So this could be interesting. So if somebody, because I'm not really able to see, I'm going to get rid of this. Let me just remove overhead. And let me just see if I can't maybe go over here to see if indeed, oh, I see me on the Instagram. Okay, well, that's hot. What I need to know now is if over on the Facebook, let me see if I can get the Facebook. I just don't want to lose you all. Let me make sure. Yeah, so I'm flying solo. If you're wondering what in the world's going on, it is Wednesday. It's not Thursday. Let me see. I'm not hearing myself. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm not hearing myself. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I just heard myself. Okay, so we'll get out of here. And I'm going to come back over here. Oh, look it. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Jenny. Hey, so anyway, yeah. I hope it's working. So it's Wednesday. It's not Thursday. It's not the normal time when I go live, but I've had one of those days. And I think, and it's nothing earth shattering, but do you ever just have one of those days where you're just like, I'm not feeling it. Like, what is going on? Like you're just, I don't know. And especially here in California right now, we're such big babies. Like it's gloomy, it's been raining. And I don't know. I'm very weather sensitive. I just I just made that up. But apparently I'm weather sensitive. So maybe that's just it. Maybe I got the weather blues. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I thought it would come on because Joan kept asking me all day, like, what are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Because I just couldn't like get my wits about me of like what I wanted to do. Hey, Rhonda. And so I thought, oh, well, you know what? I totally need to work on my project for NAMTA. And so I started getting things like laid out. And I don't know if you remember when I started working on the earring loom and I was making this beautiful little gold aqua combination as one of the little pieces that I'm going to use in my project. So tomorrow during the normal Jewel Loom Community Thursday live, I'm going to work on a big piece. I'm going to start working on like the centerpiece of the crown for my design. And so I have got to get busy with that because it is going to take a while. So I thought, well, I'll just bead with you all. And so that's my story. I have a bunch of Swarovski crystals that were gifted to me, and I'm going to be using those. And so it should be really fun. But in the meantime, I've got to get busy. I've got to, I need to finish, I need 2 of these. I'm going to need a lot of pieces because remember, and I'll show you again tomorrow, but it's like half the size of my body. So, hey, Eliana is in the house. So anyway, hey, listen, if you're just peeking in and wondering what's going on, I'm Juliana Avalar, the inventor of the, where's she at? The Blue Jewel Loom, the beading loom, the portable, easy beading loom. And yeah, weaving is my jam. Beading on a loom is my thing. I love it. I love making looms. We have a lot of them right now. I think we're scheduled for possibly 3 additional looms this year. So pretty stoked about that. One of them specifically for a particular category in the creative world, and then another one for kind of like a different category. But but with a really super, well, they're both super cool people. So you'll be excited about it. But anyway, tonight, if you're just joining and you're wondering why I'm here, again, I just wanted to hang out. I just thought, you know what? I'm going to do like a freestyle live. I'm streaming to the Instagram. Hello, Instagram. I've never streamed to you before live. So I don't know. I hope it's going well over there. I don't know if somebody can peek in and see me. Ileana, you're on the Insta a lot. Maybe you could peek over to the Jewel Loom page and tell me how it's going and everything. Hey, Rhonda Bray Camp from Oklahoma. Rhonda, my mom is from Oklahoma, and she's a Chickasaw, Choctaw background, descent, heritage. But yeah, they were in a very small area of Oklahoma. So I've got roots there. I got roots. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We have a lot of R's tonight. We got Rhonda Johnson, Rhonda Bray, and Robin. So a lot of R's are in the house, and Jenny and Stephanie. So yeah. So anyway, hey, you know what? That's awesome. Yeah, it is. It's pretty stinking cool. But yeah, so listen, I'm just gonna freestyle tonight. I'm gonna be, like I said, working a little bit more on the earring loom. And I loved it in the beginning. And if you don't remember the story, the earring loom really wasn't even an earring loom until Danielle Wicks got a hold of just the base. Okay. So just pretend all of this stuff is not here. It was flat. That's it. And I took it to the Bead Fest, 2 years ago now? Gosh, time flies. And so she actually made a pair of earrings on the way home. And I was like, you did what? So from there, it was like this process of, okay, well, we have to turn this into a little baby loom. And this past November, I guess it was, we got a taller base. So our hands are fitting under here very well. Robert gave us a little notch right there at the top where we could tie off. And so that, like, I know saved a lot of our lives. We are not only weaving, we are saving lives because it was a little frustrating, but that little notch right there in the wood. Let me see if I could get it up a little closer. There we go. That just makes tying onto the side there just so much easier. But yeah, I'm loving this because I can get my little peepaws in there and really do some work. Hey, Leanne. Oh, Elena. Hello. I love it. Okay, well, I was just thinking I was going to sit here by myself. And I'm just so grateful that you all saw me come on and that you're here. It's so good to see you. You make you just fill me up. And so for those of you just joining, again, we're streaming to Instagram live for the very first time. I'm dying to know. I hope it's all working out over there because I don't know. So if somebody sees it from the Instagram, please let me know. I'm seeing comments from the Facebook and from the YouTubes, but I would imagine that if people were making them from the Insta, then that little icon would be showing. And so I don't see that. And people are just probably like, who's the blonde? So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about it. So yeah. Okay. Again, I'm Juliana, and the company is Jewel Loom, and I'm going to be working with the earring loom tonight. And so without further ado, I am going to hopefully, the queen is not here with me. Joan, she's probably wondering, what is that girl doing now? Again, she's been asking me all day, what are you going to do tomorrow? And I'm like, I don't know yet. And then just late tonight, it came to me that, oh yeah, I'm going to work on my NAMTA project. This is just a little project I've already done with you. I started it with you, but I didn't finish you. Okay, so Ilya says, I can see you on the Facebook, but not Instagram. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder, I don't even know how that works. Let me, because if I go, let me see. If I go, I see the Facebook. Here's the Instagram. So if I look over here at the Instagram, it does look like we're on. I wonder if you have to I wonder if you also have to, click go live. I'm gonna do this and hopefully I don't, like, blow up everything. So I just clicked the live button over on the Instagram. Oh, I wonder now. Okay, we're all learning. Okay, so Ileana, tell me now, because I think what you have to do in StreamYard, they want you to copy and paste your stream key, which I did. I did that. I figured that out. But I think you have to go one step further and push the go live button on the Instagram, which I just did. And so now, yay! Woo, woo. Oh, I'm so super stoked. Does it let you make a comment? All right, so let's back up a little bit. Hey, Instagram, I'm streaming to you for the very first time. So strange. I've had this account for a long time, but I've just never done a live. And so, a learning process when you're using StreamYard, you have to copy and paste your stream key. All right. And you put that into StreamYard, but then you got to push the go live button on Instagram in addition to all the other buttons. So, a lot to remember when you're all by your lonesome here. But we did it. Oh my heck, I'm so super stoked. All right. Well, again, here we are. So, Insta peeps, you're probably gonna Facebook and YouTubers. Just let me welcome in the Instagram peeps. Uh Juliana here from Jewel Loom. I'm doing my very first live to Instagram, figuring out all the nuts and bolts, and it looks like it's working. I'm going to be working on a project for my NAMTA project, the National Association for Materials. Um, and it's a big trade association. So the creative industries merged with the arts, and the arts are like all the yummy paints and um, really cool things, brushes, and all that. And so they're all like one big family, which we've always been. It's just that they're under the NAMTA umbrella now. And so, um, and so we're creating projects. I was asked to be one of the designers to create a project for the show. And so anyway, I'm going to be doing a lot more tomorrow night in our normal live. Tonight is totally off. Like I don't normally go live on Wednesdays, but I was not I just needed to be with my community tonight. Like, do you just ever feel that way? Like, you're like, I just really want to make something and be with my people. And so here I am. All right. So, Instagram peeps, first time. So, if you see something I need to do a little different, just let me know. But here we go. All right. So, I've got my overhead camera on, and so what I'm going to do next is let me bring this up to the overhead. So for those of you that did not see this live, I'm using the earring loom. I've warped with the wildfire. This is beige. And then I did a base of 8 O's. Okay. And so it's like a little patch that I'm going to be, like an earring. It's a smaller size beaded piece. And I'm going to be adding that to my NAMTA project. And then I started making the loops, and I need to finish. I mean, this is a really big project. Tomorrow night, for the Insta people and for the folks that are just joining in, I'm going to be working on a bigger piece because I got a lot of area to cover. So without further ado, I've already got my needle and thread attached to the base of my project. Again, I was working on this at another time. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to bring up everything. Here's the needle and thread. It's in my right hand, and I'm going to bring it up to Got a little shiny there. Okay. I'm going to bring it up to through that first bead and then out and in between the first and the second bead. Okay. So I'm going to pull it up. I've got quite a long piece of wildfire. I've been working with it for so long that I feel comfortable with that. You can choose to work with a smaller piece. I mean, whatever is most comfortable. And I have my 11 O's, these gorgeous gold beads that I can't get enough of. And I'm going to pick up 6 of them. So if you're new to creating loops, basically the more beads you pick up, the bigger your loop. And the less that you pick up, then the smaller your loop. So I'm doing, it looks like 6 beads. And then I'm going to pick up a 4 millimeter aqua gold. It's like half gold, half aqua. It's so incredibly beautiful. It's a fire polish bead. And then I'm going to pick up 6 more. So let's see. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. And then we're going to let those fall. And I just let them fall all the way down. Okay. And then I'm going to go back through the right side of that bead, through the second bead, and then out and in between the third and the fourth. So I'm basically putting, or I am putting, a loop on every other 8-0. And it's all up to, the look that you're trying to achieve. Do you want a really big chunky piece? Do you want it to be really tight? Then, I mean, you could go to town and literally put a loop on every 8-0. I'm doing it on every other one. Okay. Hey, Carolyn. Yeah. So normally, so I'll still be back tomorrow night on Thursday. But I just wanted to get on here. I needed to get this done, and I thought, well, why not do it with everybody? It'll make my heart happy. I would love to know what everybody's got on their table right now, what projects you're working on. I know there's a lot of exciting things going on in the jewelry world. It doesn't look like I'm going to make it to Tucson. I just have so much going on with business and family. There's a lot of things to work on there, and so I would love to. I mean, you never know. I might get in the car, but so I know a lot of people are flying to Tucson, and they're already there. I think I saw that Candy Cooper's already there. So. And a big thank you to all of you who, oh, Carolyn just said, I just read that the Tucson show is so busy and crazy. That's really beautiful news. Anytime a show doesn't go on for a while, it's always tricky, but I think people are really hungry for creativity and for, product, and so that's really great news for all of the vendors that are there. I'm real happy to hear that. Okay. So I just had to remove my beads from the needle. Sometimes the jewel loom needle head can be a little bit bigger than other beading needles. And so the 11 O's, if they're not perfectly drilled, if their hole is not big enough, then they won't go over the eye. And so, it just happens. I cannot hold a smaller needle anymore. And so, you'll always see me using my jewel loom needle. So that was 5. That's really encouraging. Well, geez. Let's see, how far is it from, from Oxnard to Tucson? I think it was an 8-hour drive last time. No, actually, Phoenix is 8 hours. Tucson, you gotta tag on another 2. But hey, I just drove across the country by myself, and, driving from here to Tucson is probably, like, easy peasy, right? Okay. Oh, look at it's already looking so pretty. I just love these little jewel nuggets, where you can just make a little patch. And and it would be fun too. Like if you were making earrings, for instance, like you could just like have all this funness right here and then call it a day. And then you could put like, your findings up here for your earring. That it just could be like a cute little pendant as well. So lots of options. All right, so let me get back into so I'm always starting over here on the right side. And so that's why I turn my loom. So once again, I'm just going to go through the first bead and out and in between the first and second. Like a caravan with Kate. All of them are up north. And so I'm closer to LA. I'm a SoCal girl. They're NoCal. No, I don't know if they call themselves NoCal. But they're a lot further north. And so yeah. So I would be going solo. So like I would go through Riverside and then I would shoot up the 10 and I would go through Palm Springs, which is like my most favorite place in the world. And so yeah, every time I approach the bridge and it says welcome to Palm Springs, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so." I'm real nostalgic and I just kinda, hold on to, like, the visual of the past, just the Rat Pack and, just it was an interesting time, right? So, yeah, it's still doable. I just don't know too, like, what the hotel situation is. I know Deb Flores reached out to me and she's like, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, "I don't think so." But anyway, we'll see. I think it just started. I mean, it goes on forever. I really did wanna go to the Holly Dome because the Holly Dome, has a lot of different things. The True Blue, True Bead color no, they changed it. The stone color of the stones. Oh my gosh, I don't know, it's so many words. I like that show. That show is held at the casino. John Bead is at that show. And so, like some other probably vendors you might know. And then the one show too is outside it's like tents and everything everywhere. And it's where a lot of the international vendors like from Africa and I think it's actually called the African what do they call that darn thing? Anyway, yeah, there's just like miles and miles and miles and miles of amazing. All right, so 5. Johnny Carson land. Yeah, just old school, like, all the old actors and I mean, I'm assuming there just must be like so many stories and just the music alone. One of my places that I stayed at in 2020, I went to a conference and I stayed at Margaritaville in Palm Springs. I really, really liked it. And since then, they've remodeled. And so it could only be better. But I like Margaritaville. And And then the other one, and it's super high end. I think it's very, very expensive, but I had dinner there. It's, the Azure, and, what is the restaurant? The 9? Is it called 9 over 8, I think, is phenomenal. So, there's just a lot of really cool stuff there. So I have a friend that helps me with my, she's one of my coaches, and she, is a snowbird from Canada, so she'll go to Palm Springs in April. So I need to talk to her again to, because I wanna go see her. I was trying to figure out how to get rid of those, I don't know what they're called. Are they banners? You know, where they name your, I don't know how to get rid of those. I mean, I'm in banners, but maybe they're always permanent. I'm not sure. So from, yeah. Yeah, that's, I'm gonna be really curious to hear, like, how what's going on with pricing. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine that the prices have not gone up, because how could they stay, you know, I don't know. I would think that especially anything international is probably gonna be okay. I'm just, like, look at how pretty, you guys, look at. So for those of you that, are watching, let me just kinda give you a description again. So I'm working on a big project, and the top of the project's, like, gonna be like a crown, with all the jewels, all the jewels. So tomorrow night, I'm gonna start focusing on the big one. I'm gonna probably pre-bead the base, just so, not to take up all that time. And then there's gonna be, like, all these other jewels, like a crown. So this is one of the pieces. And of course, I guess I could have made it more simple, but like, not if the entire trade is gonna, like, see it. Like, I have got to go big or go home. I'm just so honored that they asked, that I got to be one of the 13. I believe there's 13 of us. We're spelling out the word creativation, so I do think it's 13 designers. So a lot of friends that I've had in the industry forever. Yeah, it's Jenny. I mean, I've got it in my head, and piece by piece it's all coming together. And so I'm excited to see it. And I'm going to be working with, and they're on the Instagram, Royal Talons, Talens. Royal Talons. Anyway, and they do paint. I mean, I asked, Bella Publishing turned me on to them and emailed the person and myself, and I was a little embarrassed because I'm like, I don't even know if I have the right kind of brush. Because, like, these are, like, real artist people who, like, paint stuff. I'm like, first of all, I don't have any brushes anymore, and second of all, I don't even know. So, yeah, so I'm really excited about it. And I love a challenge like that. I love to get a hold of, like, really cool stuff and then figure out how it works, um, for me and for you. And so it'll be fun to see. So Anne, from Bella Craft Publishing, she thinks that I should use the black, what was it called? It's a black base, but then you put the pearlescent paints over it. So If anyone knows what they're talking about, she does, and so I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, so the letter I will end up being painted with the black, and then once I put the iridescent paints over it, I mean, you're not going to see a lot of the wood, but if some of the fibers or something shifts, then what I want is like this pearlescent, cool, like what's going on behind the fibers? You know what I'm saying? And so I yeah, I'm excited. And you know what? I'll paint my eye live. We'll do it together. Um, and you can see because I don't know, might be something that you like. And then when I'm there, I'm definitely going to go to their booth with some Baltic birch and and uh and see what paints will work really well with the looms because can you imagine having because they have pens too. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Can you imagine like having something super cool to like do the wings on the large wisdom warrior? All right. Caroline says, "Don't be overwhelmed by the painting artist. Just get out the color wheel and break the rules." Yeah. Turquoise, I know. Turquoise is like life. Turquoise is life. Color doesn't bother me at all. It's not the color at all. Like that doesn't stop me in my tracks. It's the proper application that I get caught up in because I'm just old school like that. Being taught by Aline, I just want to really do it right and do it justice. And so I get, yeah, that's more my thing. Color doesn't bother me at all. I feel like I'm really good actually at putting colors together. It's the application. So Maria, you switched over? Oh, you switched from Instagram. Okay, can you tell me why? Because I need to know. Like if I need to be doing something different or were you just over there by yourself? Like what was going on? Maria, tell me. Yeah, because am I upside down over on Instagram? Am I sideways? Is it like weird? Because I can't see. So Maria, let me know why you switched from Instagram to come over here to the YouTubes. Maybe it's just the chat, right? I don't know. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, so pretty. I prefer YouTube. I was by myself. Oh, Maria. Yeah, so I'm curious to know, like, how does it work when you go live on the YouTubes? Oh, screen is smaller on Instagram? What? So is it smaller? Do you mean like they're not seeing me and the demonstration? Tell me. I want to know. I want to know everything. Because so I wonder when you go live over there, do they just, I mean, like, yeah, like how do people know? Like when you're on the YouTubes or the Facebook, those platforms are pushing you out, right? So it's not only subscribers, but it's like you're popping up. So I wonder how that works on the Instagram. Okay, was that just the seed beads? Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, well, it'll be fun. So there are a lot of the companies right now in the general craft world are headed to Germany for the big trade show over there. Three screens. Large screen is a blur. Two small screens below are you and your bead mat. Huh. Okay. I did CC. Miss you all. So I wonder, three screens. Large screen is a blur. Two small screens below are you and your bead mat. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Let me look really quick because now you've piqued my interest and I want to know what's going on. Okay. So I see. Oh, so it's kind of funky because like you can almost see that behind the two small screens are a faded version of me, and you're right, like the other screens um are small, like if you're just on your iPhone or something. All right. Well, I mean, interesting experiment. We don't know unless we unless we try. Okay. Oops. It's funny how, Facebook, obvious, their Instagram or whatever their relationship is. Um, you would think that they would have some similarities in streaming, but I guess not. Ow. That almost felt like I definitely poked myself. Ah, I hate when this happens. All right, so I got a bead that's not gonna go over. There I go, 4. You know what I think it is? I would be really curious. Now I wanna catch some. I wanna see if there's another creative that does lives to see, how they're doing it over on the Instagram, because now that I think about it, I feel like I always only see one shot, because even when I'm planning out in Planner on the Facebook for all my posts, if the post image, um, doesn't meet both Facebook and Instagram, I have to crop it. I have to, like, make it for both. So weird. It's like you have to get a PhD in social media. I swear. It should be like a skills course, right? Oh, I did, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want a wonky one. Ugh, Jules, you're killing me. I put how many 2 beads too many? Alright, I'm not gonna fuss over it. It's not the end of the world, Jules. That's what I get for talking. Oh, you can't even tell. Okay, so I picked up 8 instead of 6. So, just a little lopsided, but you're not gonna be able to see it. And thanks, just a huge thanks to everyone, for, um, your orders on the beads in a bag kit. I know we went through sugar plum really quick. So, so pretty. And, I think the other quantities are getting pretty low too. So thank you so much. So appreciative. Yeah, Maria. Oh, you're so sweet. You're over there all by yourself. What does it say? Instagram. Oh, I just missed that. What's it say? Instagram is great about sending alerts. YouTube is not consistent. Oh, you don't say. That's very interesting. I wonder why. Hmm. Keep getting. Okay, so 2 more rows. Yay. Oh my gosh, come on. Look how sweet. And that's so cool. Just the way, let me see if I can't get it up a little more. They're just so pretty. Okay, so we got 2 more rows. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say you just got them today, but I think I just shipped them. It was pretty crazy. And Robert's catching up on all the wood orders because I mentioned when it's cold. I think they were like, well, Missouri was all those pictures were coming out of Missouri and people were like sliding everywhere from the ice. And that is just so scary. Do you see the one where the fire truck got was slipping on the ice? Oh my gosh. It was so crazy. Like did a complete spin out in the middle of a neighborhood. Thank God nobody got hurt. Hi, Tracy. Oh my God. I'm working on my project for NAMTA for the letter I. This is just like one of my little boo-boos that I'm doing. Tomorrow night, I'm going to work on a really big piece for the center of the crown. So fun times we are all about to have. Tracy, do you do lives on Instagram? Because I'm streaming over there for the very, very first time, and it looks different. So I don't know um, if it requires like a different position or like don't stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. It's kind of weird. Oh yes, Leanne. We make every single one of them as they're ordered because it's such a process and you know, the last thing you want is like all of them to be sitting around and it's like -30, right? Like you just don't want that. I mean, quite frankly, you don't want your original jewel loom to be in a cold spot either because we've talked about the plastic. It actually gets hard. So, I know everybody giggles when we talk about warming it up with your hands, but seriously. Thanks, Trace. So Tracy is my friend from the hobby and craft industry. She is the painting goddess. She knows uh, things, paints and brushes, and she does a lot of really cool stuff. She's also a SoCal. I don't know if people from the San Diego area call them SoCals. I think they call themselves San Diegans. Like, right, Trace? Like, I don't think you refer to yourself. SoCal is kind of like Ventura County, Santa Barbara, um, you know, LA. I don't even think I don't know if I think the San Luis Obispo people, I think they call themselves like they're just from a whole other area. There's so many segments of California. It's just unreal. And we're all these kind of like really different little pockets. It's almost like when you go to Chicago and, back in the day, Chicago was just like you'd have your Polish community and your Hispanic community and your like it was like all these little cultural type of, communities. And here in California, it's like it depends on where you live. So Tracy is saying San Diegan daughter lives in Santa Barbara. Oh, you better not come see your daughter and not see me. I'm like 30 minutes, well, 45 minutes probably from Santa Barbara. Love Santa Barbara. Yeah, and oh, Tracy, I've apologized for not asking, but you all got flooded yesterday. Are you okay? Oh, Tracy's a Detroit girl. Go Lions. But yeah, Tracy, are you okay? Because the flooding I saw, I don't, I think I saw National City, which I think that's more um inland. So I don't know where all the things from TV were showing. But I hope that you and your friends and family are all safe. Yep, I am good, but many friends affected. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we got hit the last storm, and my mother's development was heck, like the lines on the garage doors were 4 or 5 feet. Um, and it literally just like if you walk to the corner over here, like it stopped in front of the waterfall. And I had people like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like I had no clue what had happened. And then when I finally got out to walk around, I was like, "Oh my God." I just could not believe that her poor development, the people in the front there, and so I mean, they were under. Like firemen had to go in and wake up people and yeah, we've been getting hit hard with some storms. I don't know if Northern California has been getting it too. Seems like Southern California, we've just been really getting rained on. Oh my heck. Okay, we're getting like really tight in here. Oh my God, I just can't. Jules, what about those large safety pins we could use to make this project? Yes, totally. Yeah. And you know what I would do because the safety pin is definitely going to be thicker. So what you could do is if you it's a free download, but I think you'll get the visual. So your base, right? And then you make your base a little bit longer because you're going to loop it to the back to create like a tube. And then you'll put the the pin through that. Now, if you were doing that with 3 O's, maybe it would just go right through the hole, but you'd have to play around with that, but totally doable. Mic drop. Yeah. Great idea. Super great idea. All right, I got one really tight row here left. And of course it's getting darker, so but I can do it. I can do it. It's just so calming this whole process of weaving. For me, when I'm really struggling, it's it's my calm down. I definitely just if I'm like a really wound up tight and like I think what happened today too, a couple of things happened. You know, one, I saw some photos of my dad. So that was upsetting. Um, so that definitely, put me, kind of in a funk. Um, so yeah. But my first thought was, I gotta bead. I gotta like, I gotta get on my loom. I gotta make something. I gotta do something. And I felt so bad because Joan kept asking me, "What are you gonna do?" Like, I don't know. But now I know, Joan. Uh-oh. There, my loop got caught down there in the weave. Okay. 2 more loops. Obviously, too, like, when you're not doing a live and trying to talk and, do everything, these are gonna go a lot faster. So, our big trade show is in, New Orleans, and funny enough, out of all my travels my entire life, I have never been to Louisiana. And so I am really, really excited to just be there and to, um, just enjoy the culture and the food. And yeah, so that's going to be, I was like, I can't believe I've never been there. Another place I've never been, I've never been to Hawaii. And uh, I find that interesting. I don't know why. But I just haven't been. My mom's been to Hawaii. She's gone to Hawaii a lot. That was her place to go to. But really, my next big trip, and I really want to start coordinating it, is to the Azores, is to Portugal. So I definitely need to see where my family came from and to experience, um, you know, the life over there. And New Orleans, love the people, food, and culture. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It should be fun. So Tracy will be there, my girlfriend Tracy, who's from the industry, who is here in the YouTube's thread. Um, and so uh, that'll be fun. A lot of us, there's just going to be a lot of people from the hobby and craft world. There used to be 2 shows. And so we would go to, the one show like used to be here on the West Coast somewhere, and then we would all meet up in Chicago for ACCI. And I would have to say that that was really a great time. Um, just going to Chicago and having, some of the most amazing food. It was just really, it was really fun. All right, so this is my last loop. Last one. All right. Oh my gosh, so stinking cool. All right, so I'm going to, where am I at? So I want to weave down a couple rows to weave in my, that's still the first row, right? It gets really tight in here. So I don't know, hopefully I can see. Is my tongue hanging out? I feel like I'm putting mascara on. Oh my gosh, look at. So yeah, so what yeah, yay, my last loop. So what I'm gonna do, how I finished the ones in the past, when we were on together, I did end up sewing the crown onto this one, but I don't want too many crowns. And so, like, I think I'm going to use my big chunky one where because that'll be fun. Oh, that'll be really fun. So this one, remember we did together and you were like, we were all brainstorming like how to keep the wiggles, together. And so this will be super rad. Okay. So I'm definitely going to use this one because this will be us. This will be like us, right? In a project because we did this together collectively and worked on it. So, so like I don't want more. I don't, oh heck. So see, I'm a how do you say? I like odds, right? So like now I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, I can't just have 2 crowns. I have to have 3. And so then it's like, okay, well, what's going to be easier? I think I'm going to make a duplicate of this one. Okay. Cause I'm like placing it right in my crown visually. I'm like trying to get that all placed. And then if you have like these little boogers, right? Like they're going to be here and there and everywhere. And then again, tomorrow I'm going to start working on like a big piece. And I'm trying to figure out for the life of me which loom to use. I just don't know because I feel like it needs to be like ultimately an oval. I'm kind of leaning towards the small goddess. Um because she's wider and I wonder if I shouldn't do the small goddess with some 5 millimeter point five mil hemp cord. I'll have to look to see what 6 O's I have and then do my base in 6 O's and then all the Swarovski crystals from there. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking that. Because the large wisdom warrior, I do believe is going to be too narrow for what I want to do and too long. Like I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste. And I mean, I could use a small was no, I'm going to use the small goddess. Anyway, when you see me tomorrow night, you'll know what I'm doing. Who knows? You know how I am. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I feel so much better. When you're grieving and stuff like that, it just hits you. Like you don't even know. You're just like, I got this. And then it hits and everything else hits. And I'm just so grateful that I get to hang out with you and that you show up. I appreciate you so much. So all right. I am going to and just so you know, like I'm sorry, I kind of skipped everywhere because I got excited. So when I take this off, my I'll just be putting like a little boo-boo patch, like a patch of this is faux leather. Quite honestly, in this project, nobody's going to see their bottoms, but I'm going to know if they're not like cleaned up. So I'll end up putting probably a patch of faux leather um, on the backside, but I won't be doing a crown because I'm going to make one more of these. And then, yeah. So, okay. So yes, I'm coming back regular for tomorrow night, Thursday nights. Normally I don't go live on Wednesday, but hey, I'm in charge of the controls. And so I know the boss. So yeah, I'm going to be doing, sorry, Jenny. I know it's tough, huh? It's tough. Sneaks up and bites you on the butt when you're not ready for it. So, yeah. So Instagram, if anybody watched over there, thank you. And if you do watch afterwards, again, just to kind of like sum it up with everyone watching from the Facebook, the YouTubes, and the Insta, I'm Juliana, the inventor of the Jewel Loom. The company is jewelloom.com. And so we do looms. We do really cool designer looms and supplies and kits and courses. And I'm working on a project for NAMTA and so we just have a lot of fun. We're one big community and we like to come together as community and talk and help each other through whatever we might be working on. And so, yeah. So tomorrow night, Thursday, I'll try to stream again to the Instagram. I'm going to go take a look at it to make sure that it didn't like scare you away or anything. So Jules, out of all the years that I had my original Jewel Loom. Oh, well, you know that you can get a new one from Beading. Just just send me a message and I'll give you that email. So yeah, so you'll see me tomorrow. I will be back here Thursday, and I'm just going to remove that whoa really quick. And Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific Coast time, 7 East Coast time, and then wherever you are in the middle or in another country, I don't know, you have to look that up. But I'll be back, and I'll be working on something for NAMTA. So I'm super stoked. All right, I love you. Thank you. Have a beautifully blessed evening. Oh, can I do hearts? Can I do hearts? I'm not good at hearts. I'm a